Hi FlossTube, it's Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher, and I'm back with video number 33. Today is Friday, December 8th, 2023. I'm so happy that you're here with me today, whether you're a returning viewer, who I very much appreciate comments and appreciate getting to know you through comments. Or if you're brand new, you're very welcome here. I hope you see something that you like and that you will subscribe and like and enjoy and share and all those things that we do on FlossTube. I love this virtual community that I'm building. I do have an update. My sewing machine and sewing table are sold. Thank you, Nikki. Apparently, last video was the first time I've ever specifically mentioned that I'm in Lakeland, Florida, and she kind of went, Lakeland? And she contacted me and she wanted the machine and table, and that was wonderful. And I got to meet a viewer in person. And now that I'm realizing that that's the first time I mentioned Lakeland, I'm feeling like I was derelict in my duty. I should have said it from the beginning and had a little stitchy group here in Lakeland. So Nikki, you're gonna have to start something up. Maybe you have to have a FlossTube channel so that you can get a group going. Anyway, happy that that's done. No open houses scheduled yet. Holiday time, people don't seem to want to be doing that. So anyway, it'll happen. I have a reminder. So many times I have forgotten to tell you and remind you that Stitchy Sasanak on etsy.com. She makes bags, very nice vinyl front bags, and she offers to my viewers a 20% discount if you use the code RecoveringStitcher23, and I will put that in the notes below. So if you're thinking of shopping for a bag for yourself or for a friend or whatever, please check out Stitchy Sasanak at etsy.com. She's very generous to offer that 20% discount. Okay, so let's get started. I have my book of days here, and let's see, last video was still in November, so I finished off November, and I'm sorry I licked my finger. I can't help it. It's a habit I've had since I was a kid. And I've started December, gotten a few things in, and these are my list of things to accomplish in the month, and when I do it, I check it off. So okay, what have I done since the last video? Well, the first thing I finished last time, you know what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to do FFOs first. I have some FFOs because of Jingle Ball. I'm so excited. Jingle Ball was so much fun. I hope many of you did participate. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I got in 3 classes. I loved every one of them. I completed the project for every single one of them. It was wonderful. One of the classes I did was with Misty, Luminous Fiber Arts. She taught how to finish ornaments with smooth curves, and this has jingle bells attached, jingle jingle. And I don't know that I did such a good job attaching the bells. I might look at that again. And then the felt holly leaves. This is the reindeer. Oops, and here is the Santa. Ho, ho, ho. But it was a very good class. She explained very well how, some tricks for making your curves smooth and how to attach this baker's twine. I used the baker's twine. She had done that in her sample, and that's what I used also. And here's the third one. Whoops, again, those bells with the trees. It was such a great class. I have 3 beautiful ornaments now. I'm very happy with them. I'm definitely planning on doing Jingle Ball next year again. I hope those of you who participated will do that also. Another class that I took was decorative pins or counting pins. And that was taught by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. And I did several groups here. I did 4 Christmas pins. Had the little Santa. And I think most of these I found at Hobby Lobby. I know it was the same day that I found my little jingle bells, and they were 50% off. And there were strings of beads and they were 50% off. So I got some strings of beads. A few of these I might have had already. I have a kind of a collection of beads. I look at the beginning and the end of a season for things that are on sale, even little jewelry items. Sometimes they'll have a stretchy bracelet on elastic, and it'll be all beads. And if you get that, at clearance price or something, you've got a lot of nice beads. So these are my Christmas pins. And I had previously picked up a set of Halloween pins. Let's see if I can hold these. And I think I got these at Joann's, but it was kind of the same deal. They were seasonal and they were on sale. So I have some Halloween pins and I have some Christmas pins. Now the pins I used, let me get these out of the way. The pins I used, I like for the length. They're nice and long, and I like that it has a flat head on the top instead of a bead. But what I don't like about these is that they're not pointed. They're dull at the bottom, and I want to put them in a pin cushion or actually use them as a counting pin. So these will just be cutesy. I have other pins I can experiment with. Some of the pins I thought were a little too short for these beads because these are kind of big. And I have some that are corsage pins, so they have a pearl on the top. Well, I didn't want a pearl on the top of the Halloween and Christmas. So anyway, I have more beads, and I discovered from Beth Twist that the E6000 that I use is a product she has stopped using because it's too thick, and she's right. Because when I saw what she was using, which was B something number, you can find it on her Amazon page with her website. She says what it is. It's much thinner, and she didn't have as much trouble. And I, with the thickness of the E6000, I was using a toothpick to clean the extra away, but it's kind of messy. So I'm going to, when I do more pins, I'm going to get that kind of glue and use that. So that was a great learning experience. And then I'm most excited about the Biscornu. I made a Biscornu, and I am confident that I can do it again. I know I have at least 2 patterns for Biscornus that I've not stitched because I thought, well, I don't know how to finish them. Now, what's missing on here is my button. I have the button, and I have the long needle, but I put the long needle in a special needle case in Kentucky and then did not pack that needle case. So I didn't have my long pin or needle. So I'll finish that up. All I have to do is do the button at the top, and I have a little decorative button that I'll put on that. But Biscornu, I was totally afraid of it. And Janine was very, very patient. When someone would say, would you show how you started that again? And she said, sure. And she picked out back to where she started, and she did it again. And I needed that too for the starting and for the way she held it, which makes perfect sense. And that's, of course, I copied exactly what she did. So I'm thrilled. I have a beautiful Biscornu, and I know how to make them now. So that's what I learned at the Jingle Ball. It was great fun. I did not go to the chat rooms. I was hoping someone would let me know what chat room they would be in so I could, catch up with somebody. Didn't hear from anybody, and I didn't want to just pop around. So I didn't do chat rooms. I did see a little bit of the entertainment video. But it was kind of a busy weekend. I was in and out. So other than my classes that I absolutely knew my start and end time, I didn't do a lot of other. And then I'll show you some of the things I got from the designer sites when I get to haul. Okay, so that was Jingle Ball. That was great fun. Okay, now FOs, and I do have FOs. The first FO I have for you, which means finished object, means I'm done stitching it, but I have not finished it into the object. So it is from Winds of Autumn, Blackbird Designs, and it's October 31st, and I have it finished. I stitched this on 18 count Aida, hand dyed by me, and it called for 844, DMC 844, and that's what I used. And I plan to finish it like this. And maybe I can make some maybe my pretty counting pins. We'll work with that. So that's an FO. I have 2 other FOs, and they are, oops, make a mess here. Prairie School or Santa. They come from this. This is reprinted. It's not the original, so it's on paper, sadly, but It has 1984, which is the very first year Prairie Schoolers started doing the Santas. 1989 and 91. I finished 1984 and 1989. And when I get to my whips, I'll show you the next one. So, and in the last video I said, I think I have 3 or 4 more to do. Oh, no, 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 Karen, you have more than that. So anyway, this piece of fabric, 18 count putty khaki Davos, which is what the models on the fronts are stitched on, and that's what I stitched them on. I got 5 Santas on this one piece of fabric. So these are now ready to finish, fully finish into ornaments. And then the other Santa that's in that same folder, I guess I'll call it a folder, it's not a book, is 1991. And I've got a good start on him, maybe halfway. I always start my Prairie Schooler Santa with the boots. I don't know why, just seems to me to make sense, and then I start building up and over, and that's the way I go. So this is 1991. And I have, so that's 3 of the ones I thought, oh, I have 3 or 4. Well, I have another 4. I have 2021. This is the one with all the animals on it. Can you see that? There, that's better. That one. And I have another reprinted set of 3. This has 97, 98, and 2013. So I'll do those. And that'll finish my Prairie Schooler Santas. Although knowing that these are going to daughter and then her sons will eventually get them, it seems to me that there's a Prairie Schooler Santa that has like basketball and football and sort of sports equipment. I think the boys might like that one. So I might search for that one and throw another one in. But that'll finish off my Prairie Schooler Santas. Okay, so that was my first whip. And my second whip, you've seen this one, and I'm just going to call her Maria. Someone suggested that in the comments instead of me trying to pronounce her name and stumbling over it. This is Maria. I won't sing it either because that might be a copyright violation. So, Maria, and you will see that I am really far along here. Okay, and it's from Hands Across the Sea. And I've stitched this on, let's see, where's my FO, my whips, Maria, 56 count cream Zweigart. Let me hold it like this, 56 count cream. So I've kind of got those almost the 2/3. I finished the entire border. As you recall, last time I had just turned the corner up here and turned the corner at the bottom, so I had established the width. Well, I finished that border. Then I came back in and did this line of stitching that divides this middle section. Then I came down here and finished off this. Now I'm starting to finish the alphabets over to this area because that was kind of where a page ended and it was some on one page, some on another. So here's one thing I think is interesting that I think about when I stitch. I think about strange things when I stitch, I guess. Okay. I think these are ladies. Let me see if I can get them closer. I think they're ladies. It looks like there's a skirt. Look at the hair. Or a hat, could be a hat. Reminds me of beehive hairdo. You remember beehive hairdos? Ay, ay, ay. On a windy day. It's just... But they're strange little things. I don't know, are they shepherdesses or milkmaids or, but that hair / hat, whatever it is, just had me confused and thinking about it. So that's some of my strange thinking. So that's Maria. I've given her 4 days this month, and she's my red sampler and my focus piece. My focus piece, my rule, is that I give my focus piece 7 days of stitching a month, and it remains my focus until it's done. I started this on January 17th this year. I might not get her done by January 17th next year, because she gets 3 more days this month. Unless I have extra days that I decide I'll put on her, but I have other things I want to do too. So, and then she'll get 7 days in January, and we'll see how far I get. But I'm feeling really good about, now that she's my focus, she's getting more time, and I'm getting more progress, and I feel much better about that one. This rolly chair is very squeaky. Sorry about that. Okay. So that's my whips, because Jingle Ball took up 3 of my days. I didn't do other stitching on those days. I got my Prairie Schooler Santas done and worked on Maria. So I have haul. What fun. Okay, I have haul. Let me see. I have this all listed here so I don't forget. Okay, last time I showed you that I had gotten this PDF download from 1884 Stitchery. And when I picked it up, I forgot I had 2 freebies in the back that I didn't show you. Let me show you this. These are on 1884 Stitchery, and they are charts, and they're free, but they are from the Primitive Needle. This one is the Primitive Needle 2008 Halloween. I just thought cute. You know, I like witchy and owly, and I think that's fun. So that's one of them. This next one is from the Primitive Needle 2009. Again, it's a witch. Kind of cute. Add that to my Halloween display. So those are cuties. I'll do those. Those were the freebies. Oh, and I got freebies from the Jingle Ball. Where did I put my freebies from the Jingle Ball? I had these. Oh, here they are. Okay. Here they are. See, I did have a method, but I just sort of get confused. Okay, I got several of them. I got a hello from Liz Matthews. Isn't that darling? That little frame is from Tim Holtz. I think she said she picked it up at Joann's. It's just darling finish on that. Another hello from Liz Matthews. Here's the picture. Freebie. Another cute one. I love these that go around the outside. They're not really quilt blocks, but they remind me of quilt blocks. Cute, cute, cute. Tiny Modernist. Old-fashioned hot cocoa. Isn't that cute? I've been doing a lot of serious stitching. Cute kind of attracts me right now. Here's one from Misty, Luminous Fiber Arts, Peppermint Saint Nick. A cute, cute ornament. And then I got a freebie from Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher. She showed this on her last floss tube, just this week, I think. Stitching friends are the best, and she showed 2 different ways that she finished it, using different count size. She had it on an Altoid tin, and then she had it finished on a box. So there are different ways you can do this. And again, this is free from ColoradoCrossStitcher.com. Very nice of Sherry to share free patterns with us. Okay, and then I did some actual shopping. Fat Quarter Shop started their Black Friday sale early, and I had a very specific list of threads that I needed and fabrics that I needed. But one thing I came across 50% off is my stitch journal. I use this. This would be, when I get to this one, this will be my 4th stitch journal. And that's the way I keep track of my projects. I know what my oldest WIP is because they're in date order, like in the table of contents in the front and all of that. So I love this stitch journal from Fat Quarter Shop. And then I got some of the threads that I needed. I don't need to show them to you. You've seen the threads. Some, I was looking at, I need some more for the Red Deer sampler, which I've discovered it's 36 count. And I have a rule that when I go to 40 count, I use 1 strand, but 36 count can be 1 or 2. And the directions on the pattern said 2 strands. So I'm using 2 strands, and is that thing eating up thread? So I need to get more thread. And I will make a new rule for myself. 36 count will always be 1 strand, just like 40. So here are some of the threads, but they didn't have everything I needed. So off I went to Kitten Stitcher, got some more of the ones I needed, and she sweetly, as always, includes a nice sticker. It's always different, fun sticker. And I got a Shakespeare Peddler pattern from her. This is hers, scissors. She has another one. Well, she has several in this series. The other one I still want is Keys. And why the heck didn't I order it at the same time? I don't know. Anyway, so that's still on my wish list. Okay, that's Kitten Stitcher. Oh, there's something else I got from Kitten Stitcher. A bolt of fabric. I think this was pre-Thanksgiving sale. Got the whole bolt. And this is Threads That Bind? It's Blackbird Designs fabric. I think it's called Threads That Bind. $60. And then, like the next week or something, I saw that she still had one and it was $50. Doesn't matter, I got it. I was afraid I wouldn't get it. And normally I would not have ordered something this big, knowing that we have to haul everything back to Kentucky in not too long a time. But if I wait, it wouldn't be there. And I see lots of project bags and pouches and lots of fun little gifties for my stitchy friends and stuff. So I got that. Okay, that was Kitten Stitcher. Okay, then the Attic. The Attic it features every month a sampler of the month, and you get a discount if you buy the chart and the fabric and the chart, or the chart, fabric, and threads. And I ordered a chart and fabric. I was watching Paisley Stitcher, Grace, and she showed this one, and I just loved it. GGR. It's called The Lady in Red Spinning Her Wool. Oops, there. Can you see it? There's the lady in red down there. And it calls for Gentle Arts and, well, it doesn't say Classic Colorworks. It says Crescent Colors, which is now Classic Colorworks. So I'll be picking those up. But I didn't know how long this would be waiting to start. So I have the chart and the fabric, and I depended on them. I think it was Barb who waited on me, and she chose Fox and Rabbit Mayflower, which is gorgeous. I've seen this, I've never ordered it, and I can't wait to stitch on it. Fox and Rabbit Mayflower. So I have the fabric and the chart, and oh, and I wanted to tell, okay, now Grace's floss tube, the Paisley Stitcher. And if you are interested in samplers at all, like I am, and probably if you're drawn to my channel, you probably like samplers and all that stuff. Grace's last video, her number 8, she gave the most information I've ever heard on Saxony samplers and the motifs and how the same motifs show up different places. She had resources, she had books and resources. I've already watched it twice. It was just too much to absorb, but it was fascinating. If you do not watch the Paisley Stitcher, you need to subscribe to the Paisley Stitcher and go back to her number 8. Go back to all of them for one thing. Her work is just wonderful. Her stitching is beautiful. I love her choices of projects. You won't be sorry if you do that. She's great. So thank you, Grace, for pointing this out. I'd never seen this one before. Of course, I'm not very educated in samplers. I just love them. I love what I see, but I don't have a lot of background in it. I'm just, kind of like when I saw the red deer sampler, I thought, oh, I've never seen a deer on a sampler before. Well, now I've seen, that is a common motif in antique samplers. So, joy. You learn as you do more. Okay, that's my haul, which was pretty darn good considering that the last video I showed the red box. So I've done pretty well lately. My plans going forward. Now, I do not have my Book of Days yet. It is in Kentucky. A neighbor very kindly rescued it from the mailbox where it was not supposed to be, but it was. and along with the fabric for my Smith sampler, which I had planned to be my birthday start. So the fabric and my book of days for 24 are in Kentucky. So until I get back there, I don't have those. But I do have plans anyway. I've given Maria 4 days so far. So before now and the next floss tube, I owe her 3 days. I want to get that time in. I want to pick up Forget Me Not again, and I owe that one 5 days in a month. My rule, but that's what I say. I'll do 5 days on it. Seasonal / small, I give myself 3 days a month. Well, I've done some on Prairie Schooler Santas. I think maybe another couple days, finish the one I've got started and maybe start another one, and I'll work on those later. But the rest of the month, I'm thinking if I have extra days, there are 2 things I'm kind of debating about. One is going back to Red Deer Sampler, getting some more done on that. And I think if I decide to do a new start, the Christmas one that's calling out to me is Dancer by Barbara Anna. And why didn't I bring that over here to show you? I don't know. It was in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, I think a year ago. I think last Christmas issue, not this current. I know it wasn't this current, but I don't think it was 2 years ago. I think it was last. So that's my plans. And my next floss tube will be on December 23rd. That's 2 weeks from today. I don't have much shopping planned because we do Christmas by check since the kids are so far from us, and it works well for them and it works well for us. So anyway, enjoy your 2 weeks. Get a lot of good stitching in. Watch lots of floss tubes and Flossmas. Oh my goodness, there are so many. I can hardly keep up. Every day my what do you call it? The list on my feed is just so long. But it's great fun. Enjoy yourself stitching and enjoy the season, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye, Floss Tube.